Well, how'd it happen, Fate? How'd you take us from a group of people just minding our own business, trying to do our own thing, to a horrifying chain of events that led to...
me killing the woman in red.
My demise being a brooch.
Me dying in a dumpster.
And me being brought to my demise by that woman over there. Go ahead, sit back, and I will tell you the story to entertain you with your own devices. Oh, hey, since you have an ironic sense of humor about you, Fate, what if this was one of those movies that they're cranking out in Hollywood nowadays? One of those crime dramas like with Bogey and Bacall. If this was one of those movies, what title would you give it?
The woman in red.
Dumper, colon, the woman in red. Sit back and enjoy your handiwork.
The moon hung low that night. It was heavy and clouded over. Gave me an ominous feeling, like destiny would change that night. I was heading home from the poker tables. I had collected a nice hefty sum from the gents over there. But I was feeling a little hungry. Those cheapskates, they only put out bowls of peanuts at the poker tables. So I made my way over to my favorite diner. Walked inside and ordered my favorite meal, a Reuben sandwich on rye, dill pickle, and to wash it all down, a glass of milk. And I ate it in a most unladylike fashion when I heard the door jingle open, and suddenly he slid up next to me.
Been a long time, Estelle.
James.
You're looking good.
I saw you at the tables tonight. You follow me over?
I always know a lucky star when I see one. Still at the old racket?
I am. Racking up the chips, racking up the boys' money. You know, it's interesting. When I walk in, they take one look at me and call me angel face, doll face. And then they start collecting and it's, start staring at me like I'm the devil.
I don't think you're the devil. Even though you done me dirty, I don't think you're the devil at all. In fact, I always kind of liked you. I respect a woman who does me dirty. It's the nice dames that drive me crazy.
It's the nice dames that bore you crazy.
You're not a nice dame, are you?
So, what made you come here?
Breakfast.
I recommend their milk.
Is there any service in this place?
Sorry. Bum leg, you see. Rye with milk.
Jeremy, I didn't do you dirty. All I did was lead you on, make you believe that I had feelings for you, take your cash and run out. That's standard.
That's exactly the skill set I'm looking for, Estelle. That's why I tracked you down. I have a mark. This is a good one. Not like some of those other lame brain schemes I brought to your attention before. This is a real mark with real cash, and I need someone to help me reel this one in.
Do tell.
Are you familiar with the Bier collection of lingerie?
Of course, I'm wearing it right now.
That's your sleepwear? Miss Bovedier, Lucille Bovedier, the wealthy heiress of the entire Bovedier line of fashion, has moved into town, looking to establish a new factory right here, came to do some advanced scouting. I happen to know that she has the ability to transfer money any way she sees fit, see? I happen to also know she has a weak spot for the gaming tables.
Oh, now you're talking my game. So what do you want me to do with this Bovedier lass?
What I want you to do is help me take her at the casino. We'll set it up just like we did in the old days. You and I will make sure that she gambles it all. You win it and we split it. I can't do it alone. You're the only one who can count cards the way you do.
60-40. I get the heavy end.
60-40, that's a lot. I'm setting the whole thing up.
Yes, but you said it. No one can count cards like me. This happens with me or it doesn't. You settle for 40 or you settle for 0.
All right, I'll take it. But I pull the strings, see? I'm in charge. You do your part, you take your cut. But this is my gig.
Sure. Just like old times.
I'll call you later and we'll set up a time to talk details.
Sounds good.
You don't suppose there's ever a place in this world where you and me might give it another try, do you?
I think about you often. Think about you every night, in fact. You were my greatest mark. You know why? Because I actually fell for you. I never admitted that before. I couldn't bear it. I couldn't look at myself in the mirror knowing how I did you dirty. All of that was just talk. I'm being open and honest with you right now.
It's not like you to express regret. It's not like you to express a feeling at all.
See, what he didn't know was I was dying. And so, this was my last chance to come clean.
You look good lately.
Yes. I've been in the sun.
What are you saying? You saying that you and I might try to find something that escaped us before?
I'm telling you, I wouldn't mind spending my last days on this earth with you.
Let's take this mark. Let's take that money. Your 60% and my 40% equals 100%. Let's take all of it and go buy a nice house somewhere. What do you say?
Let's do it.
I walked out of the diner. I walked back to my apartment. The night was heavy and overcast with deep, dark, pendulous clouds. There was one other person I needed to make this scheme work, and that was my sister.
Jeremy James.
Come in. Did anybody follow you?
You know I'm always really good at passing them by and not letting them see me fly.
Yeah, you are. Are you still,
I'm a gin girl, you know that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Jeremy James, love calling you by that name. How's brother doing? Tell me what's been happening.
What's been happening is that we're ready to go. I met up with Estelle and she's in.
Really? In like Flynn? In like, you know, in? Sorry, already had a couple.
So it's all good. It's just one concern, of course.
What's that, Jeremy?
Mama. You know how Mama doesn't approve of this type of work.
Jeremy, she can't find out.
You know how it is when Mama comes around. I have a hard time lying to Mama. I'm gonna try. Wait, I'm gonna
You
try.
start sweating and then you start doing that weird thing with your foot.
But
Jeremy.
James? James, is that I hear you down there?
Jeremy.
yeah, Mama.
I'm coming.
I didn't even realize she was coming.
Yeah. Hide your foot. Mama. Hello, girl. I want to see my boy.
Can I get you a drink, Mama?
Yes, two. James?
Hi, Mama. I was just sitting here.
Well, I
I'm not dead, Mom. I've just been busy, you know, working over at the dry cleaners.
I see your foot, James.
Oh, no, Mama, believe me, it's just we've been working on a ventriloquist act in a nightclub.
Wow.
Anyway.
You two, what are you up to? I can tell. You're up to something. Mama, drink, please. James, don't you turn your back to me. Walk over here now.
You know you're in trouble when she calls you by your middle name.
All right, Mama. I'll just come out with it.
Where's my other drink? Here it is. What?
I don't own a string of dry cleaners like I've been telling you.
I
I'm
knew
still
it.
running the gambling game, Mama.
Gambling game?
Yes, I am.
Boy, that'll be your downfall.
I'm sick and tired of living under your thumb, Mama. Let me tell you that right now. For far too long, you've been keeping me down. I could be a big deal in this town if you'd only let me. I'm sorry.
You're sorry. You're so sorry you couldn't do nothing on your own.
Stop talking to me like that, Mama.
I talk to you the way I want. Don't you talk into this girl.
Look, Mama, I don't know what it is that turned you against me at some point, but you're supposed to love me. You're supposed to love me more than any other man in this world. What did I do to disappoint you so much?
I put boundaries on you. I tried to show you what to do, and look at you. You don't even have $1 with all this gaming you've been doing.
I'm working on it, Mom. I'm working on a big mark. This time, I'm telling you, this is going to be the one that'll make you proud of me.
And I'm going to be helping him. I'm not worried about being proud of you. I'm worried about where I'm living. You going to get some money and get me a place to live that I like?
Mama, if you just give me a little bit of encouragement here, I'm telling you.
I told you to get some money.
I'm working.
That's encouragement.
I am no longer confused about why Father left.
Boy, you want to say that to me?
Look, Mama, I'm going to make you proud, I promise.
You better. And I don't want to hear anything about any cops coming. We're on it. We're on it.
You ought to
You
stop
better
getting her
take
liquor.
care of that little sister, too.
I will, Mama.
He always takes care of me, Mama. Earl, why aren't you married yet? Earl, because I'm old. Exactly. You're all dried up.
But I'm smart, Mama. I may be dry, but I'm smart.
Well, then why aren't you out there making money, too? Put
Well-
these things down. You too. I should have left you in the dumpsters. I'm going upstairs. And when I come down, the next time, I better have some money.
She's mellowed some.
That was way better reaction than I thought.
We gotta do it.
We're going to do it. I think the first thing we need to do is we need to get that reporter on our side.
That's a good idea. You have a rapport with him.
Yeah.
Why don't you take care of that?
Okay.
Meanwhile, I'll go fish up some of the old deck of cards we used to use and make sure they're in working condition.
All right. I'll see you this afternoon, 2 o'clock, at the place we always meet.
You have faith in me, don't you, sister?
Of course I do. Just watch the leg. It's a telltale sign, and we're going to need you to pull it together at the table.
This is gonna be the big one.
All right. Oh, I had no faith in him whatsoever. But I knew I had to help him. And so I left home, and I went immediately down to the Tribune. Tribune is where I had a guy, you see, and this guy was always on the back end of things. He knew how to get in there and find people to make this sting a perfect operation. And so there I went, down the streets of that busy city at night, carrying my drink. And I arrived at the newspaper station. It was a bustle, lots of people working late at night. It was that kind of place, you know. Lots of stories might have been coming out, I don't know. But I was there to see one particular man, one man indeed. And there he was, on the phone. Sir! Hey! Jimmy!
Hey,
Hey!
long time no see.
This is the man I wish would marry me. Jimmy,
So,
you've been working on some stories, huh?
yeah, what can I do you for? You
Well,
always come with interesting facts for me?
yeah, I got a real fact.
Okay.
There's an operation that's about to happen, see? And I'm gonna let you in on the whole story if you can help us out with a few people.
Okay. What's the beat? What do you need, sister?
Well, so what we need a few people to play a game, see, and just act like they actually are in the game for real.
Okay, so I just gotta get a few of the folks rounded up here to be players in your game?
Yeah, so here's the thing. There's an heiress, and this heiress has jewels all over.
Wait. Are you talking about Lucille? Lucille Bouvier?
Yeah,
Bouvier
the Bouvier
lingerie
collection.
heiress?
Yes, the lingerie collection. Not only does the lingerie sparkle and shine, it's because each one is embedded with a particular jewel.
Wait. So you're telling me, if I get a few of the boys together and we work the tables with you, you'll let me in on how you crack her entire fortune from her?
The entire fortune.
Wow, this is a juicy story. That's so good I can't pass it up.
Are you in, Jimmy?
I am.
Yeah. Are you
Alright.
all the way in?
I'm all the way in.
Well, Jimmy, I'm gonna run out, and I want you to start this collection of people that are gonna make us rich.
Okay, all right.
All right, Jimmy, and I'll see you later. We're gonna meet at 2 o'clock at the place we always meet. Come.
I'll be there. I knew she was a crooked type, as crooked as a dog tying leg. But you can't pass up a good story. I hadn't had a good hit in months. People were beginning to forget my name. It's no good being a newspaper man if they don't remember your name. You want your name on the front page. You start making your way back in the back pages, and all of a sudden, you're all the way off. You're out floating in some chips house, getting French fries put in you with fish in it. It's terrible. All right, listen up, kids.
What's the story, boss?
Here's what we need to do. We need to learn how to play cards, at least passively.
I play Go Fish.
I don't think that's the kind of high rolling cards that Lucille's into. Does anybody know anybody at the mansion?
You know, I gotta say, I actually used to be pretty good at cards back in my day.
All right, so that's one person there.
I got
Me and you'll be good at cards. Now I need somebody. It's you. You used to know the doorman that works at the mansion that Miss Bouvier just moved into, right?
That's right, boss. I believe it's Bovedier's name.
Bovedier, is that it? Bovedier?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
32 East
Yeah,
Ford
boss.
Road, yeah?
Yeah, I'm not that into ladies' lingerie.
Yeah, but I
I've heard
got,
off and on.
I got in with Slick.
Okay,
This
then
guy.
what I want you to do is go weasel your way into Miss Bovedier's inner circle. Find out what you can do. See if we get somebody on the inside there, and we're working the card side, and we'll have a full picture of the whole story. So I need you to head over there post haste and get cozied up with Miss Bovedier, okay?
You got it, boss.
All right, now let's go play some cards.
Post haste. I headed down to Bovedier's. The man Slick let me in through the back door. I worked my way up through an elevator shaft, and I got to the main room. Lucille, I presume.
Miss Bobadilla.
Miss Bovedier. Nice to meet you. Sly Peters.
That's quite the suspicious name.
It's short for Sylvester.
That's less suspicious. I'm inclined to talk to you. What can I do for you?
I was looking at her, and I knew that I needed to get in with her, but all I could do was stare into her eyes. I was falling for her really quick. Listen, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I hear you got an inner circle, and I want to get in there. I want to get in your circle. What do you say?
Most people aren't that direct with me. They know I have access to the Bobadilla fortune, and they tend to find me intimidating, so your directness is most welcome. What about my inner circle appeals to you?
Well, I've always been very fond of the lingerie that you make. I've seen a lot of it on a lot of different women.
Have you?
I have. Been around the bush, you know, I've said it. And No, I want to get in on the ground floor. I don't want to be the one seeing it once it gets off the production line and up the legs. I want to be the one who's there. I want to be one of the big shots, one of the people who are putting underwear on the people, you know?
It's a very specific request. However, everyone in my inner circle has to have something they can offer to me. What can you offer to me?
What can I offer to you? I'll tell you right away what I can offer to you. As I said, I've tried on so many different pairs. I'm willing to be a model for you. I'll model your lingerie. What do you say about that? We can start right now.
We are looking to expand our men's selection. But I don't know if you're the type we're looking for. But you seem like you know your way around a cut. I'll consider it. Are you coming to play some cards tonight here at the mansion?
I'm very interested in that. You know, I don't go anywhere without a date. And, do you have a date to the cards tonight? Miss Belvedere.
I don't bring a date to the cards. I am there to play, and I am there to win, and I'm not there to be distracted by anyone, even someone who probably looks very nice in women's underwear. That's neither here nor there. If I see you there, I'll see you there. But just know, when I'm at the card table, there is nothing that can distract me. You understand? Tonight will be a test to see if you can come into my inner circle of cronies, misfits, and criminals. How's that sound for you?
That sounds very good. And I think you'll be surprised what I can do to take your eyes off the cards.
I was intrigued.
See you there tonight.
When Miss Belvedere comes into town, there's usually a little bit of hubbub around my arrival. People know I have access to millions, which is not very common here in the 1940s. And when I come into town, I always go to the mansion. It's the only place you can actually play some cards. So, that night, I got ready. I got my fingers cracked, ready to play some cards, and walked over to the mansion, hoping to see that young man. But I had my eye on the prize. I was there to win, and I was there to take money from these fools. So I walked into the mansion, and the place was already buzzing.
Who's pouring drinks around here, huh?
I got it, I
I'll
got
take
it.
a gin, double.
Is this seat taken?
Well, it's for you.
That's very kind.
I'm dealing.
Miss Belvedere, nice to see you tonight.
My name can be hard to pronounce. I've heard everything from Miss Boobily Googly to Miss Bubba to Miss Bubba Dabba Day. It's Belvedere, just to be clear.
Hard getting you out of my mouth. I can't tell over the table, but I'm wearing your autumn collection.
I thought I recognized some cuts under those pants, but I'm focused.
The game wore on. Estelle did her magic, and hand after hand went to Estelle, until suspicion started to fall on her, in which case, with all of the skill of a finely tuned greyhound running a race, she allowed some money to go back to some of the other players, until the suspicion off of her flew away. Then, slowly, subtly, she'd reel them in again, until finally it came down to the last hand. Miss Belvedere had lost everything. The only thing she had left to her name was the large brooch she was wearing on her own dress. She took the brooch off and put it into the pot. All of the other people folded. And it was down between Estelle and Miss Belvedere. Miss Belvedere played her hand, but Estelle took the cards.
Oh,
Gentlemen,
ladies, it's been such a pleasant night for me. Thank you for coming and playing with us in this great establishment, the mansion.
Without wasting any more time, she scooped up the winnings. She left. I followed her out. and the two of us ended up back in my apartment. Oh, you were brilliant, doll. You were brilliant.
We took it all.
Yeah, we did.
I couldn't have done it without you.
I forgot.
You gonna offer me a cigarette?
What's the matter? You got a sickness or something there?
The doctors, they say it's my lungs. They don't know why, though.
Whoa, look at you.
I'm nervous. I'm jittery. It's making me shaky, too.
Relax, it's all good. Baby, we're loaded.
Baby, that money's gonna be all yours.
All mine, what are you talking about?
I didn't have the heart to tell you earlier. I didn't want it to ruin your mojo. I wanted you to go in there fresh and clean and excited and optimistic, but...
You don't love me, do you?
I adore you.
Well, what's going on? What are you leading up to? Out with
I'm
it.
dying. It's that cough, you see? It's killing me.
Killing you? What are you talking about? You go to the doctor, you get some medicine, they'll fix you up. They have lots of medicine nowadays for stuff like that.
They don't have medicine for this.
Stella, you dying?
I am. And I have one last wish. I want to own that heiress's fortune. I want that company because something you don't know about that Bovadier lady, I've been tracking her. When I was a kid, my parents, they worked in her factory. My mother would come home with bloody fingers from sewing because, you know, that factory line wasn't a line then, it was all handmade. My father, he was a drunk. And so, it just killed them. It's her fault. I want her money. I want her company. It's the...
Why don't you sit down over here and take a deep drag on that cigarette? That'll soothe the lungs.
Yes. I can feel it's working its way through. Will you help me?
No, I'd do anything for you. I don't know how to get any more out of her, though. I mean, we won almost everything she has. I mean, the only thing she has left is probably the deed to the factory.
And that's what I want. Or we blow it up.
I'll get it for you. I'll get the deed to the factory for you. You'll own everything. I promise, Estelle. You could blow it up or not, I don't care. But if that's what you want, that's what I'm going to do for you.
Thank you. It's the last thing I promised my mom before she died is that I would get revenge on her.
The last thing I promised my mom is that I'd stop wetting the bed before I graduate high school.
Oh, we had such different childhoods.
We probably had different moms. At least I hope so, or else you're my sister, and that's gross.
Oh, God.
But you're not my sister, are you?
No.
And we had different moms, didn't we?
We had different moms.
And different lives.
And different lives until we came together. Oh.
I'll get it for you. I swear I will. Or I'll die trying.
Thank you.
I knew I had to make personal contact with Miss Bovadier. So I walked out of the apartment. Death hanging heavy in the air. The one woman who I ever could love and ever did love being taken away from me just on the threshold of a life together. I knew Miss Bovadier had a private room at La Chez l'Orange, the most expensive French restaurant in town. She was back there now, she always was, but this time weeping over a cocktail for all the money she lost.
Oh, Father's gonna be so upset with me.
Walked walked in and watched her down her drink.
Another one?
She made it a double.
That's not good. I'm gonna be on the whiskey soon.
Miss Belvedere,
Can I help you?
you don't know me.
No, I don't. I don't know what you're doing in my private room.
I was at the poker game earlier. I was standing around here and watching.
Oh, so you were behind me. You saw that whole thing happen in real time.
I know that you lost everything.
What of it? What does it matter to you?
I'll tell you something, Miss Belvedere. When I walked in here, my intention was to seduce you, marry you quickly, have you sign over all of the factory deeds to me, and then kill you. Then give all of the deeds I took from you to the woman I really love.
And now you're gonna do something else?
Well, now that I told you, it probably wouldn't work anyway.
Be surprised. I'm quite low right now. I'm not sure I can stop anything.
Instead, I think I'm just going to be honest with you. Because I think that's what this world doesn't have enough of. It doesn't have enough honesty.
What do you have to say to me?
There's a woman I know, and she's dying. And all she wants before she dies is to own your factory. It's not worth anything to you anymore. You lost everything. In fact, you know the woman I'm talking about. She took all your money tonight at the table.
Why does it matter to her if she has my factory? She's dying.
Do you really want to know?
I am vaguely curious.
Because she blames your family for killing her parents, for working them to the bone. How about it? You ever stop and take a look at the workers in your papa's factory when you were growing up?
That was never any of my concern. I had nothing to do with that.
Is that right? Fancy clothes, all those horses you used to own and ride for pleasure, polo games, trips around the world. Who do you think was working hard making all of that money? There was an underclass underneath you working and dying and struggling and maybe trying to have a little bit of happiness in the world, but they couldn't because you and yours sucked it all up.
We gave those people jobs.
You gave those people slave labor and slave wages and you laughed at them for doing it.
What would you want me to do about that? I can't do anything.
Yes, you can. Right now, you have the ability to make up for it in one small way. You have a bankrupt factory. She already has 99.9% of everything you own. The only thing you have left is a paper deed to a title for a building. Give it to her. Give it to her and let her die a happy woman.
Sir, I don't know if you think because I'm an heiress, that makes me stupid. That is the one thing I have left in this world. You need to get out of my apartment right now.
One way or another, I'm gonna get Estelle what she wants, Miss Belvedere.
I will give you 5 seconds to vacate this premise.
I will only need 4.
5, 4. This isn't the first time I've been threatened over my fortune, but it was the first time I was broke when it happened. This was going to take some serious maneuvering, and I knew the one gentleman who'd fallen into my eyes earlier who might be willing to help me. And he had a tricky enough name that I thought he might know some folks. So I quickly went to find Sly, hoping that he'd be able to help me out of this predicament. You sitting at the bar, drowning in sorrows. She thought I should put the gun away so I didn't intimidate the boy. Sly, is that you?
It's Belvedere.
Do you mind if I join you?
Oh, please do. Let me get you a drink.
Please. I drank maybe a little bit of gin earlier, so a little scotch more wouldn't hurt.
Tough night at the tables.
Oh, I'm sorry you had to see that. I guess I was a little distracted by something tonight.
Autumn collection.
Anything less than that wouldn't have distracted me, young man. So, you seem like you know a lot of people in these towns. Do you know any folks who might be able to kill someone, or banking, or any other number of useful things, but mostly the killing someone part.
Am I?
Because I find myself in a slightly precarious situation. I was just threatened in my apartment by a man.
Who? Where? I'll go get him right now. What does he look like?
Really? We just go get him?
I know a lot of people. You're right. I know a lot of people.
This was gonna be slightly easier than I'd hoped for.
Is it Taco Jimmy? Is it Ratso?
He did have the faint rat air, but I don't know his name. He said he knows a woman named Estelle, and she's dying, and she was the woman that stole my money. He's in love with her. Do you know him?
And are you talking about?
Is that Taco Jimmy or Ratso Taco Jimmy? What is his name?
You're talking about Jeremy James Jambalaya.
Another southern wife. Know him.
Listen, I shouldn't be telling you this. Gosh, I can't hold it in. I work for the paper, the Tribune.
Do you?
I do. I was sent in. I was supposed to get close to you so I could get the scoop of story. And you provided one. And who goes in with their entire fortune and loses it in one night at a card table?
Does seem like I was fairly overconfident. But why are you telling me this? What does this help me?
Just something about you makes me want to reveal my true self because I feel something for you. Yes, I do know people. I know a certain guy. His name's Ratso.
Oh, well, that's convenient that he's one of the other sly fellas that you know.
Yeah, he's been in the paper a few times for, well, he's a very deadly assassin.
You happen to know a deadly assassin?
I had to
Well,
interview him.
I have one thing left to my name, and that's the deed to my factory. If this Ratso fella can help me, I will share that deed with you. And we'll go into business together. And you can be my first male model in the underwear line. Make me millions.
I have to tell you all that stuff about business. That was just me trying to get into your inner circle.
Oh,
All I want is a chance with you. What do you say, Miss
You-
Bobadil?
you get Ratso to agree to the murder, and I will consider it.
All he wanted was a chance. All I wanted was a chance as well. Isn't that what everybody wants? Just going through life trying to grasp for one little chance at a sunlight in the darkness of the day. On one side, my own death was being planned. On another side, the woman I loved was dressed in black, the color that I always associated with her. The blackness of death, or the blackness of Estelle. I didn't know which one I was going to consume first, but all I know was that I stood there that night, and looking in her eyes, I fell into a deep, dark blackness. So how did it happen, huh? How did it go from a simple, everyday occurrence, like some guy trying to convince his bankrupt heiress to give her worthless factory to his dying girlfriend, to a convoluted tale of intricacies, resulting in
Me killing the woman in red.
My demise, a dumpster. No, a brooch.
that was called foreshadowing.
Me, dying in a dumpster.
And me being brought down by that woman over there, the woman in red. The next morning, the sun tried valiantly to shine through the foggy skies, but it couldn't make it down to the earth. On a lonely street corner, a man walked restlessly to and fro.
Ratso was dead. I went to meet him, and he was lying there, a bullet through his skull. He was the only assassin that I knew. And I had to do something for Miss Bovedier. I know a lot of people know more than one assassin, but I only know one. So I had to go to the only two people I knew who had killed someone before, my coworkers, Roach and Holly. So I headed back to the office to find them.
They killed people?
Hey, Sly.
Hey, Jimmy's not around, is he?
Nah, he went home early.
What's eating at you?
Listen, I have a request. You know how you two, well, you used to be a butcher? And you used to work at that old folks' home?
Yeah.
You two have experience putting living beings down, right?
Yeah. There was a couple old ones that I had to, help cross the Rainbow Bridge a couple of times.
I'm sorry to ask you this, but I'm pulling this card. You two owe me a big favor, and why I need someone gone, dead.
All right.
Yeah, we got it.
Really? That was easy, all right. I'll give you the details. Names, Jeremy James Jambalaya. You've heard of him?
Oh, yeah, I know Mr. Jambalaya.
He was at that card game.
He's a man banned from Atlantic City, Las Vegas, any place where they have cards except here.
So how do you want it done?
Yeah.
Butcher knife?
Poison?
Wait, you used poison?
Well, yeah.
Huh.
For the old
Good
folks?
for you.
Oh, details, huh?
Listen, you two can figure it out, but this is important to me, okay? I've fallen in love with someone, and this...
I knew it.
Little Sly's in love!
Little chivalrous killing. That's a gift for your newfound love. Poetic.
I know, there's nothing more romantic than having someone murdered for your love, so that's what I'm doing.
Sounds pretty romantic to me.
And I feel honored that you want to include me in this romantic gesture. Already honored.
I know.
So honored.
It's practically like I'm your bridesmaid.
All right, Roach, Holly, I trust you. Don't let me down, okay?
All right.
Of course.
I'm off.
All right. Well, we're going to get a little killing done like the olden days, huh?
Oh, yeah. It's been like a good 10 years since I've gotten to take anyone out. This is pretty exciting.
Exciting stuff. And for love.
For love.
So
for love. We should celebrate. Pour me a drink.
Of course. After we had our drink, or two, or three, we decided to leave and stake out our mark from my butcher's truck, which I still kept as a souvenir. There he is.
Oh, yeah.
It should be an easy mark. He doesn't move very swiftly.
No, he really doesn't, huh? All right, how do we want to get it done, huh?
About right now. We can just jump over that fence. He's naked. He just came out of the shower. He won't expect it.
Oh, yeah, he is naked.
We'll stick him with a knife. Huh?
Yeah, I mean, knives can get messy,
For love.
Oh, for love, like red, like the heart bleeds love.
Maybe we spill a heart on the floor so that when she arrives, she'll see the gesture. She'll
You're
get
a
it.
regular Picasso, you are.
And so we exited the car and crawled our way towards the fence. There he was, nude.
Jeremy, put some clothes on. How many times have I told you when you get out of the bathroom to cover yourself? It's so embarrassing.
All right, I'll put this suit-colored robe on.
Listen, I've had enough. Mom has always liked you more, and I'm done with it.
Mom is like me more. Think about what you're saying.
I know it sounds crazy, but you notice how she always makes me get her drinks? She pushes me out of the way? Well, I've done something. I've done something really bad.
Whoa. If you did something to hurt Mom.
No, it's to hurt you.
What?
talk to Jimmy down at the paper.
Jimmy, the folks that helped us plan the con.
Yeah, they helped, but there's something else going on.
What?
I'm done with you. I'm done with the fact that Mom always comes to you. She wants you to be everything. What about me? What I did is I told him he was going to get the story. I told him he was going to get the story of Lucille, and I'm going to throw you under the bus, and I don't care if you die. Because it's about time that Mom loves me more than you.
If you have something to say, come out and say it.
I'm trying to express myself.
I don't understand. You and I, we was always tight.
Yeah, like that time at school. You remember, that was real tight there, brother. You remember that day? I just got beat up by all your friends. I was sitting in the playground. They were all around me, still pulling out my hair. I can feel it like it was dead.
Hey! All right!
That's what I'm talking about.
I wasn't a mature person back then, I admit it. Look, what did you want me to do? You know you're nothing in this town if you don't have a gang. I needed a gang, and who's gonna be in a gang? Some kid who sticks up for his bratty's kid sister. I had to go along to get along, just like every mote does.
I have a gang now too. And it's the Tribune. That's right. I have the whole team of reporters on my side. He may not marry me, but he does what I ask because I give him stories. That's right. I give him stories. And I'll give him everything you love.
Listen, all I'm trying to do is one nice thing for a woman I love before she dies. That's right, Estelle. She's dying. The woman we set the whole con up for
Still
is dying.
dying? Good!
You know what you are?
What?
You're just like your mother.
Our mother? Our mother?
Yeah, but we promised we weren't going to end up like that, didn't we? We promised, me and you, that we were going to break out of her oppression. We promised that we were going to break free. And look at you. You're so much under her thumb, you've become her.
Sit down.
No, wait a minute! It's done. The die is cast.
The die is cast.
I'm a marked man.
You are. You're marked in more ways than you'll ever know. And I'm done. I'm done with loving you as a brother. You never stood up for me. I'm going to be Mother's best. She's going to love me more than anything.
It looks like they're gonna do it for us.
Easy job.
I'm just kidding. Not kidding!
Look, I think you did what you had to do. And I gotta do what I gotta do. I'm not gonna kill you, you know I can't. But I gotta make sure that I stay alive and not in jail until I get that deed to that factory in Estelle's hands.
And then there's something I want. Maybe there's something you could do for me finally. I want some of that fortune. I want it. I saw that brooch on the table. I want that brooch. That's worth at least $1,000.
That's what this is about?
I want something that I can call my own. And then I can give money to Mother, and she'll know that I've taken care of her. That's all she ever wanted. I want to be the one to do it for her, not you.
You know what? Even if I get that brooch from Estelle and I give it to you, that's not going to really help me anyway, is it? Because you already ratted me out. But I'm going to show you something.
What?
I'm going to show you that I'm not like your mother. Because I'm going to get that brooch and I'm going to give it to you, even though it's not going to help me at all. But maybe it'll help you.
Maybe it'll make up for all those times when we were younger. I'm going to count on you to do that. Maybe I'll help you out sometime, brother.
So I walked out of the house, right past this bizarre butcher truck that's been in the driveway. And I went to Estelle's apartment. She was a mere shadow of the woman she used to be. She could barely lift the booze bottle.
Will you help me, please?
Yes, sweetheart, let me do that for you. Why don't you sit down?
Oh,
It's all working, Estelle. I'm gonna get that deed for you, I promise.
I'm so happy to hear it. Oh, I smell. Oh, Lily of the Valley, you were just seeing your sister, weren't you?
Estelle, that brooch. I want to take that brooch and I want to give it to my sister.
How come?
I don't know, she wants it. It's somehow important to her. I'm sorry, I just burned your leg.
I don't feel anything anymore. The nerves don't work in my legs.
Death is treating you all right, Estelle. But maybe if you was to take that brooch off and give it to me so I can give it to her, that'd kind of be like, what do they call it, a symbol, an act of symbolism, see? Because it's not really about the glitz and the money and the diamond, is it? It's more about what's underneath that brooch.
I don't understand. There's something. Why does she want this so bad? She's always had it out for me. Tell me the truth.
I'm telling you the truth. She said she wanted it from me. Listen, don't you understand? If we make that brooch what this is all about, then it's never really about me and you.
I'll give you the brooch. I'll give it to you for your sister. The brooch was laying on the table. I didn't trust a word he was saying. She always had it out for me ever since that moment I pulled her hair in the playground. So I walked over to my cupboard, and I took out the arsenic, and I dipped the pin of the brooch in the arsenic. Wrapped it in some tissue. Here you go, babe. You make sure you give it to her straight away, with my best wishes.
I took the brooch from her. I saw her in the corner over there holding the brooch. She was turned away from me, probably saying a secret prayer up to God, thanking him for allowing her to see the true love beneath the glitz. We shared a look that night. And I went back to my sister.
Mother, I'm telling you, I'm gonna help you out. Mom!
Jenny! You're not helping me. What are you doing sitting halfway across the room?
Mother, I have some great news. I'm gonna be able to give you
You're
all the
married.
money.
Are you pregnant?
No, I'm not pregnant and I'm not married. But I'm gonna be able to get you that house you want. I'm gonna have money soon.
Where'd you get that money?
Hey, Ma.
Oh, Jeremy James.
I got it. I got it just like I said I would. You see, Ma, I told her I was going to get a brooch for her, something she wanted real bad. And I did it, Ma. I did it. Here it is.
What are you two doing? Talking about brooches. Where's the money?
See, this is it. If I take this brooch and I sell it,
Let me put it on you, babe. See it how it looks.
I'd love for you to do that. And then I'm gonna sell it, okay, Mom? I'm gonna sell it.
You're gonna
Oh no, I pricked your finger! Oh, that's a what? Oh, goodness, Mom. Let me.
And I thought my leg shaking was bad. But then I realized they were both dead. The brooch. Arsenic. Estelle. I ran off to find Miss Bouvier. private room. You probably haven't been able to pay for it for a while.
What do you want?
There's been a turn of events.
In my favor?
I don't know. That remains to be seen. You see, I thought that I found something that I've been looking for a long time. I thought I found someone who was stupid enough to fall in love with me. But it turns out she was just using me too. Using me to kill my own sister.
Is that my brooch?
Yeah, it is. But I wouldn't wear it or be careless with it. It's poison now.
Your woman poisoned a brooch and killed your mother and sister? You're having a worse day than I am. I'm sorry, I'm in a bad place right now.
Maybe I've been walking down the wrong alley, you know what I mean? Sometimes you're walking down an alley and you're just sure that that's gonna lead you to the way out of the maze, but turns out it was just a dead end. And the real exit was in another direction entirely.
Well, it sounds like when you came after me, you might have bitten off more than you can chew.
Listen, there's a very fine line between love and hate. And that woman Estelle had my love, and she walked over that line. There's nothing I want to do now more than kill her slightly before she was about to die naturally.
Well, this put me in kind of a strange place because I had a hit out on this man. But he also wanted to kill someone who wanted to take me down. I was kind of curious to see where this went. How can I help you with that?
You're well connected, Dave.
Indeed.
Maybe you know somebody who could take care of Estelle for me.
I do know someone who knows someone. Interesting that you should ask, considering I might have been not important for you to know anything about that, but
The truth of the matter was I didn't hear a word she was saying, because all I could focus on was her beautiful rose petal lips as they parted and came together and parted. For all I know, she could have been saying, "Mwah." And her eyes, her diamond eyes, glistening more brightly than any diamond eye. And I don't know if it was just the perfume emanating off her swan-like neck, or the sweet natural odor of her perfect breath. Or if I was just on the rebound, but I didn't care. I fell and I fell hard. You're a beautiful dame.
I've heard that before.
But have you ever heard it like this? You're a beautiful dame.
Not quite with that intonation, but similar.
I don't suppose there's any chance you're unattached, romantic.
A woman like me needs to stay unattached because men are always trying to get at my fortune. This was an interesting turn of events. Not too long ago, I'd been threatening this man with a gun, and now he was professing his love to me. Couldn't tell how genuine it was, but it seemed like it could work in my favor for at least a little while.
Listen, the last woman I fell in love with was dying. Are you dying?
I mean, we're all dying.
But are you dying within the next 6 months?
My doctor has not told me so, no.
Well, you've got one up on her.
To have something up on a dying woman did feel good after the day I was having.
Listen, I was able to take all of your money away from you, and I'm able to get it all back for you.
This was the best news I've heard all day. Well, sir, I think we could probably come to some sort of agreement on that. I'll talk to the man I know who knows a man who maybe knows two others.
Look, forget about all of that. I'm trying to get at something real here. Do you feel the energy coming off of me?
I do not, but I thought I should lie. Yes, I swarming over me.
I could always tell when the dame was lying. This one was sincere.
Utterly insincere. Yes.
Never has any woman loved me more truthfully than this woman there. That I knew. Look, I know this is like a pinball game and I'm like a crazy little metal ball bumping off of one bumper and into another one, but you're the bright round column in the center that goes ding, ding, ding and gives me 1,000 points when I hit ya.
I was a rich person. I'd never played this peasant game before, but I went along with it. Of course.
I could tell she had spent years in the pinball halls.
Pinball, the one with the air hockey, you know?
She was an innovative one, too. So what do you say? You think you and I can pull a rabbit out of this hat and find some happiness together? We'll get your money back, and me and you, we're out of here for a life that we deserve together.
This only works one way. You get rid of that Estelle woman for me, and I'll see what we can do.
They didn't know that we were watching from behind the fence of her apartment.
Things were looking rather fishy, considering the person that put the hit out was standing with the person we were supposed to hit.
So we walked back to our co-worker. We left the butcher truck broken down on the side of the road.
That's the whole deal, boss. That's how she lost her fortune.
All right. She thinks the game was straight.
Yeah, but it's a story, right?
It's a hell of a story. You know, I just got to talk to that Estelle woman. It's a real David and Goliath story, only David is sickly and dying.
Are you talking about Miss
Bier.
Bobadier?
Bobadier.
Like Bobadier?
Yes.
Is that how you say? Bobadier?
Listen,
Doesn't.
we have some news for you, and you're not going to be happy about it.
What? Why not?
You better get yourself a drink.
And a seat. And a cigarette.
It's a lot of things to get, but I'll do it quickly.
We have news. How come I'm not the one getting it? I'm the one writing the story. I'm the head editor here.
Maybe you should also have a drink and a cigarette. Yes. I'll get you a drink. I wasn't. You want a cigarette?
Love to. And we have some bad news for you. Your lady, Miss Bovadu, my love, my future wife.
The one to bear Sly Jr.?
Yes.
And Holly, because I'm going to name one after you.
Well, don't get too excited about that. After what we've seen,
Oh, yeah.
you won't be having any rugrats.
At least not with her.
Okay, tell me, what happened? Is he dead?
No, she's not dead. He's not dead. We couldn't get over the fence at his house, so we had to follow him.
How crooked are you guys, huh? I just wanted you guys to play a little cards, and now you're off killing people?
No.
Can't find good interns these days, I'll tell you.
Look, she's pulling one over on you. She's jerking your dirkin.
She is.
She's jerking my dirkin. That's a bad thing?
In the worst.
She's also jerking his dirkin.
Yes.
Where is he? What's his name? Is it Ratso? Ratso's dead.
Ratso is very dead.
Yeah. Ratso, R.I.P. Ratso.
So he thinks that she puts a hit out on him, and then he tries to slip in and get with her?
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly like that.
Yep.
He's good. He's very good. You know what? I'm gonna go around this again. You two, I know this is gonna be wild. You're gonna kill Jeremy.
Right.
Yeah.
Jeremy James Jambalaya?
Very same. Okay.
The older brother of Jennifer June Jambalaya.
Yes, yes.
Whose mom is,
Janice.
yeah, Janice Jambalaya. Everybody knows that.
I know. In no relation to you, Jimmy Joe Live.
Coincidence. Didn't think about that till right now.
Common name where I come from.
So we're putting the hit out on the same person as before, is what
But
I'm saying.
for revenge.
Oh, for a different head. Well,
Yes.
this calls for a gun, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, revenge kill.
Yeah. That's what? That's how I want it done. And it's just me and Lucille and Sly Jr. and Holly. And you know what? We'll have another one for you, Roach, because apparently you might not be able to have one of your own after that.
You know, I should have been real scared, considering I just found out all 3 of my interns were cold-blooded killers. But this was going to be one hell of a story. I could just see my name splashed across the front page of all the newspapers all across the state. Hell, maybe even the country.
You know what? To make it even better, and to ruin this guy's plan, I heard that he has a girl named Estelle. You should kill her also. Yeah, that'll ruin his plans.
Yeah. 2 killings for revenge. Love it.
Right?
And so we left. Got back into the broken down butcher truck.
I opened up the hood and used my mechanic skills to fix that baby up.
I drank and drive. Drove.
It was the 40s. And I got that hit puppy back up and running in no time, and we were back on the road again.
There she is. In her apartment. Naked. She just took a shower.
Our timing is just so impeccable every time, huh?
So let's get behind the fence and hear what's happening.
Oh, that worked out really well last time.
Get myself a drink here. I was working. I got them all believing I was dying.
You're not dying, are you?
Damn, you heard that.
Heard what? I went to the doctors to check up on you, and they told me they never heard of it.
Fine, I'm not dying. What of it? You knew what kind of person I was when you got mixed up with me.
You are some piece of work, doll. Well, it doesn't matter. Because it turns out I don't need you after all. I realize now that I found true love, and it has nothing to do with a dog like you.
What's she look like?
She looks like a beautiful woman in red. Red, the color of fire and passion. Not black, the color of vacuous decay.
This woman in red. I've only seen one woman in town wear red. Beauregard?
Her name is Bovadier.
Belvedere? Don't correct me.
Listen, here's what's gonna happen, see? I'm gonna take all of that money we conned her out of, and I'm gonna give it back to her. And then she and we're gonna go ahead and have the life that you couldn't dream of, because there's nothing in there underneath that glitz and diamond, is there? I know what you did to that brooch. You killed my sister.
She had it coming.
Did she?
Yes. All those years she tried to come between us. Don't you see? That's why it didn't work between us. I did it for us.
You didn't do it for us, you're a
Yes, you
lying
did.
dog. You did it for you. You did it because that's all you are. You're a glitzy outside with nothing inside beneath it.
Jeremy, don't leave me now. You're the only person I have left.
You are out of your mind. Where's the money?
I hid it. You're never gonna find it. It's not in this house. Think I'd be so stupid?
I don't know.
I knew you'd betray me. Yeah, that's why I hid it. I told you you're the only one I have left, and you go and you fall in love with some dame.
I knew where she hid the money, or at least I was pretty sure. You see, a long time ago, we had a job together, and we needed a good hiding place. The safest place you can hide something, in a dumpster at the city dump. I was sure she was a creature of habit, and had put the money back in that same dumpster. So I left, pretending I didn't have any idea where the money was, and went to the city dump.
I followed inconspicuously.
To my surprise, there was Miss Bier. Darling,
Hello, what brings you to this city dump? I just heard it was a lovely place and wanted to take a tour while I was in town.
you're a woman of many qualities. That's what I love so much about you.
I do love civic engagement.
You see that dumpster over there?
It's a beaut. We
Yeah.
don't have those where I come from.
Where do they put the garbage in?
Just in the street. It's a whole thing.
So, the money's in that dumpster.
My money's in that dump?
All the money is. I knew she would hide it there. I came here just a little while ago and looked inside. It's all there, just waiting for you, waiting for us.
This put me in quite the pickle. I could climb into that dumpster with that man and then have to split my fortune with him. Or I could make quick dispatch of him. So you're saying all my money is in there?
Sure. What are you waiting for? Let's go. We'll get it. We'll get out of here and have the life we want.
Jeremy James Jambalaya.
Hey, Sly.
Funny seeing you around here, pal.
What's so funny about it?
You don't remember me? I was on your tail all those years when you were pulling off heists all across the country. I was the reporter. Got you kicked out of Vegas. We got you kicked out of Atlantic City. Now I'm going to get you kicked out of my dame's pants now.
All right, I know you're
I was not wearing pants.
Listen, I've had enough of you reporters. Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Roach, Holly, get out here.
Oh, well, these are fine people you know.
Hello, hello.
Ratso was indisposed, so I got two even better, more experienced killers.
We got it.
What's going on here?
I heard that you're trying to make moves on my gal, but that's not how it's going. Because, you see, she asked me to put a hit out on you.
Lucille!
I was tired of this game, pretending to love this man, so I turned to him. I'm very sorry. I just wanted my money back, and you stole it in the first place. I didn't know what else there was to do besides go along with this, and now you brought me back to my money. And I'm a happy woman. I'll do the fellas. Oh, never mind, you cannot. Thank you, that's very gentlemanly of you.
Right?
I took that opportunity to run!
And I was left standing with two guns thinking once I got my money back, I might invest in the gun industry a little bit.
Might be good to dispose of those. Good thing we're in a dump.
I'll throw them in there while I'm digging my money out. Thank you so much, Sly. And so I climbed in the dumpster after my fortune, because that was the thing that made the most sense.
You cold. You're cold. Get away from my money.
Honey, this is my money.
It's mine now. And one more thing I want you to know. Look at me. Look at me! Her name was Esmeralda. My mother. The woman who slaved away at your factory. The woman you killed.
I was holding two guns that did not work, and I was standing in a dumpster. This did not look good for me.
Say goodbye.
I heard shots. Roach, Holly, Jimmy, what are you doing here? We got find me. What happened? She's gone.
But on the bright side, isn't there a bunch of money in that dumpster?
talking about? All my dreams are gone. What about Sly Jr.? What about Holly? What about Roach? What about Jimmy if I have extra juice in me?
Well, I'm just saying you can buy a lot of things with the money that's in that dumpster. Perhaps love?
It's not here. I think someone obviously took it and shot her. This is a big story. This could be the story of the century. Heirs to a lingerie fortune gunned down in a dumpster.
Unfortunately, only one person can report on this. Still, barely.
Baby, you did it!
We did it. We finally got him back. All those years.
Baby brother, we did it for Mama.
And Daddy too, even though he hit me a lot.
Let's say we get out of here.
Let's get that money.
So, we made our way on that sailboat to Cuba, like we had always dreamed.
My soul floated up from the ground. The souls of all the people I knew floated away. Some towards heaven, some towards hell. But you never get to know where your friends are going. I hovered out over the bay and I watched that boat sail off to Cuba. I looked into my own apartment. There was Mother, sitting in a chair. Knowing that both of her children were dead. I tried to look at her face, her expression, to see if there was some glimmer of regret or remorse in her eyes. But just as I finally had a clear look, I was pulled away, never knowing the answer, as my soul evaporated into blackness.